All right, today we're going to do angle bisectors. I know you guys are really excited. You want to give a round of applause for angle bisectors. So first let's talk about what the heck is an angle bisector. It's a ray that splits an angle into two congruent parts. So that's all we're going to be doing today. So let's look at number one. On number one it says that ray BD, this right here, bisects angle ABC, which is right here, and that the measure of ABC is 100. So they have that labeled already, but this whole big, huge angle right here, I'm sorry, I said 100, it's 110. It says find the measure of ABD and find the measure of DBC. So these two angles. Well, the key word here is that it is being bisected. And that means that this angle, I'm putting a little angle marking on here, and this angle will be exactly the same. Now here's the problem. I see students do weird things with the number 110 there. That 110 is for the whole big angle, okay? I'm going to make this nice and blue and make it match. So this whole big angle right here is 110. And I have the two smaller angles in purple. So let's talk about what their measures are. Well, if these two are exactly the same, couldn't you say that each purple angle then is half of the blue angle? So we could say ABD, angle ABD, and angle DBC are going to be half of angle ABC. And what's angle ABC again in the picture? This blue angle? It's 110. So if we take 110 and we divide it by 2 and we type that into our calculator, we end up getting 55. So 55 will be the measure of ABD, and since they're bisected, they're congruent, so 55 will also be the measure of DBC. So it's as simple as taking half of what the larger angle is if they're bisected. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at another example down here that's just slightly different. It says ray HK bisects angle GHJ. So here's ray HK, and it's bisecting this angle right here, GHJ. Find the measure of GHK and the measure of KHG. Those are the two smaller angles inside the larger angle. So I'm going to do the same thing I did on the last problem. I'm going to go ahead and make my larger angle a blue color. And I want you to notice something going on here. There's this little symbol that looks like a box. And that little symbol means something here. That little box right there means 90 degrees. I'll write it in blue so it matches with the blue angle. So that little box means 90 degrees. And what they want to know from us is what is the length of, or the measure of this angle and the measure of that angle. Well, it says that it's bisected. So if it's bisected, it's half. So if the blue angle is 90, and we take half of that 90, we get 45. So that must mean that this angle here is 45, and that this angle here is also 45. So angle GHK is 45, and then also angle KHJ is 45. There we go. Perfect. What I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you try this one for yourself. So try that one, bring it to class. We will check it to make sure that you've got it done so you can get your points. But go ahead and try number 3 there. You can pause the video and try it now if you want, or you can wait to the end and go back and then fill it in. Completely up to you, but do try this problem before you come back to class. All right, let's go down to these last two, number 4 and number 5. So it says BD, which is right here, bisects angle ABC, which is right here. Find the value of X. All right, so we have the larger angle here, and we have this BD that's bisecting it. So if it's bisecting it, this angle and this angle are congruent. Well, let's think about what that means. If they're congruent, that means that they are equal to each other. So we can say that CBD is equal to angle DBA. Well, they've told us what angle CBD is. Look at the picture. CBD is right here, and they've said it's 55. And they've told us what angle DBA is. DBA is right here, and they've said that this is x plus 12. So the only other thing that you need to do here is solve for x. So if we subtract 12 from both sides, we should have x alone. And 55 minus 12 is 43. And you're all done. Always go back to the directions and check though. All it said was to solve for x, right? I'm just going to add in a little something here just because I know in your practice work it might show up. What if I asked you what angle ABD is? What if I asked you what that is? How would you find that? Well, let's go back up to the picture. Angle ABD is right here. And angle ABD is x plus 12. Okay, well, what's x? We just found that. Right here, x is 43. So 43 plus 12 is 55. Now let's think about this for a moment. We just did an awful lot of work, and I don't think that we needed to do any of it. If this is being bisected, and this angle is 55, doesn't that mean that this angle also has to be 55? So you could have just looked at the picture and told me this is 55, or you could substitute in for x and tell me that it's 55 also. What I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you try number 5, bring that to class. We'll check it, we'll go over it, and see if you have any questions on it and if you got it correct. So go ahead and try number 3 and try number 5 and bring those to class, and we'll see you then.